Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. Thanks for joining us on this Twilight Friday. 9 races on tap today as we kick off the weekend. Let's check out the track and weather conditions.
We start the afternoon with the sunny sky, temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. It's a warm summer day, fast main track, a firm turf course. First of 9 today over the turf course at 5 furlongs, maiden claimers, and for a $25,000 price tag with a field of 8. The betting favorite was number 2, Southern Sea. They're in the gate. Racing at Gulfstream. Step slow to begin was Fuzzy Irish Rascal. Good start for Walter Jeep in the center of the course, who reaches out to take the early lead. Up on the outside, here's Tale of Cantharos moving to challenge. Murray comes away in the top flight. He'll land third. From behind the speed, fourth is Polished Steel, then Southern Sea and Osvaldo. And it's a stretch of 2.5 to the trailers, Mr. Palm Beach and Fuzzy Irish Rascal. Around the far turn they go. Walter Jeep has the inside edge and a narrow lead. Tale of Cantharos is alongside second. Southern Sea waiting his turn. He needs a little racing room here. He's third, only a length and a half behind. Followed fourth by Osvaldo. Then Polished Steel. Out wide is Murray. 2.5 to Fuzzy Irish Rascal. And now at the back is Mr. Palm Beach as they turn in. Walter Jeep set sail for home, now leading a length and a half. Tale of Cantharos right back at him. Second, Southern Sea swung to the outside with 1/8 of a mile to go. Here's Tale of Cantharos to take a shot at Walter Jeep. Tale of Cantharos and Miguel Vasquez driven to the lead. And right back for the new connections. Tale of Cantharos will win it. Southern Sea second. Walter Jeep third, close fourth, Polished Steel or Fuzzy Irish Rascal in 56 left. Number 7, Tale of Cantharos had a variety of changes, including a barn change in his second start of his career, and all those changes proved effective as he gets the victory for owner-trainer Steve Claceris and winning rider Miguel Vasquez. To the second race we go now. Start of the early pick 4, race number 2 over the main track at 5.5 furlongs. Climbers in for a price tag of $6,250. Scratch the 7, My Johnny Be Good. A field of 6. The heavy favorite was number 4, Dog Soldier. And they're off. Last in, first out. Fish Fan gets the first call, but quickly up to take over is Bocati. Bocati moves a half a length in front. Cunavice is now second. Fish Fan is third. Out of there, fourth is Donegal Hall. Then Dog Soldier, who's now at the back of the field as the odds-on choice. Swagbag moves up and by him, albeit 3 wide. They pass the half mile and move to the far turn. Bocati on the inside, Cunavice on the outside. Their heads apart, working 2.5 better than Fish Fan third. Swagbag is fourth. Donegal Hall is fifth. And still trailing is the big favorite, Dog Soldier, last of the 6 through a 22-3 opening quarter. Less than 5/16 away. On the inside, Cunavice on the outside, and Bocati, they're still stride for stride past the quarter-mile pole. It's a gap of 3.5 to Donegal Hall. Nothing yet from Fish Fan, and certainly nothing from Dog Soldier. He's trailed throughout as they turn in. Still a big-time tussle on the top end. Cunavice on the outside. Bocati kicks back for more on the inside. 2 back to Donegal Hall. Then Fish Fan, final 16th of a mile. Bocati now puts away the second horse, but here comes Donegal Hall. Bocati's hanging on. Bocati wins. It's close for second between Cunavice and Donegal Hall. Fourth was Fish Fan, clear of Swagbag and Dog Soldier in 104-2. Number 2, Bocati makes it back-to-back scores as he guts out a victory under Amisael Jaramillo for Peter Walder and owners Aventura Stable and Sweet Sunshine Stable. It was one Donegal Hall who got running again to get up for second ahead of the 3 Cunavice, who faded in the late stages and had to settle for third. Time for a timeout. When we come back, the Friday card continues. Don't go away.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon. We're on the turf at 1 mile. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. Scratch the 2, 6, 9, and 10. A field of 6 went postward. The heavy favorite from the rail, Devilish Romance. And they're off. Picture perfect beginning. From between horses, Dancing Queenie gets the first call with Devilish Romance moving out the rail. These two in lockstep, working ahead of the team of Pops Irish Rose and Starla. They're third and fourth. Our Way to Escape settles in second last, and Athera is last of the 6 as they round the first turn. Dancing Queenie, a bit keen. She leads 3 parts of a length. Starla's on the outside second. Backing off third is Devilish Romance. The favorite is on hold third behind the speed for Gaffleone, racing a neck in front of Pop's Irish Rose. 2 back to Our Way to Escape with Athera on her outside. They're in pairs, and they're separated by 3.5 lengths in the run to the backstretch. Dancing Queenie and Pedro Monterrey Jr. have the lead through the opening quarter in a very slow 25-4. Starla's second, 3 wide. Pop's Irish Rose is third. Devilish Romance is patiently handled in fourth, working ahead of Athera, and Our Way to Escape is down to the inside as they race to the half-mile pole. Up front, the leader is still Dancing Queenie, a half a length in front of Starless second through the opening half mile and a walking 51-2. On the outside, and Pop's Irish Rose. Zimmerman gets started with her. She's into second, quickening up the pace on the leader, Dancing Queenie. They've ran away from Devilish Romance and Athera, at least for now, and 2.5 to Our Way to Escape. They run to the top of the stretch. The top 2 have quickened noticeably. On the outside, Pop's Irish Rose takes a narrow lead. Dancing Queenie right back at her second, 2 back to third, and coming on Devilish Romance. Athera's fourth in the green as they swing in. 3/4, 1:15-1. There's an 1/8 of a mile left to go. On the far outside, Athera begins to motor. Athera trying to get to Devilish Romance, and on the inside, Dancing Queenie. They come to the wire. Athera, Devilish Romance, Athera! Athera and Edgard Zayas and wear down Devilish Romance in the final jump. Close third, Dancing Queenie, then Pop's Irish Rose and Our Way to Escape.
Lucky Edgard Zayas gets Athera home in the shadow of the wire. She gets the head bob and the momentum to get the victory for trainer Antonio Sano and owners Gallop and Magic Stables. Dora Barishnikov sent off at a nice price as the favorite won. Devilish Romance was second, ahead of the 5 Dancing Queenie. She set the fractions and faded to third. We move now to the 4th race of the afternoon. We're sprinting on the main track at 6 furlongs, maidens of the special weight variety. A field of 8 signed on. This was the start of the Rainbow 6. The favorites included the 1 for the Gipper and the 8, the Bull.
And they're off. Gemstone Linda was away well on her outside, is Meant to Be Mine, and the 2 fillies get acquainted and open 2.5 lengths on For the Gipper, who comes away racing in third. Resident is out of there fourth, 1.5 lengths in front of De Bull. Then comes Coyote Quickstep. He's dropped better than 8 lengths off the lead. He's 1.5 lengths in front of Ring It In, and 3 back to Xanadu Express, who's last of all as they string out past the half-mile pole. Meant to Be Mine throttles open at the far turn run and opens a 3.5 length lead. Gemstone Linda trying to cut into the margin second. Residence is third. For the Gipper in the black and green colors is now racing in fourth, starting to run on a bit. 2.5 in front of the favorite De Bull. He's dropped better than 8 lengths off the lead. Another 2.5 to Ring It In, then Coyote Quickstep, and still nothing from Xanadu Express. That's the 8 of them with 1/4 mile to go. Meant to Be Mine coming back to the field but maintains control. For the Gipper working into the clear for an opportunity. Here's De Bull running on, so is Resident with 1/8 mile to go. They've got to Meant to Be Mine. De Bull charging hard, 5 wide. For the Gipper takes the lead. So the 2 favorites go on. De Bull and For the Gipper. De Bull surges to the lead, and Sammy Camacho and De Bull will win it. For the Gipper second, very close for third between Gemstone Linda and Meant to Be Mine. Resident completes the high 5 in 1:11 flat.
Favorites run 1-2 in today's 4th race with the big close of number 8 De Bull getting him the diploma here today. And the jockey Sammy Camacho for trainer John Vincent and owner Peter Knoll. Second was the 1 For the Gipper ahead of the 4 Gemstone Linda. Philly took on the boys today and ended up third. To the 5th race now. We're on the turf at 1 mile for this one. Maiden claimers in for a price tag of $35,000. Scratch the 8 House Account, a field of 7. The favorites included number 1 Without Remorse and number 7 Arpanella.
And they're off. From the outside, Arpanella begins nicely. There goes Diamond Square reaching out to take over the lead. Down inside, that's Without Remorse, who will set up shop third. It's a controlled early pace. On hold fourth is Hope is Rising, 2.5 lengths behind, racing ahead of Grand Chief. Then Mr. Papillon, and close watch is last of all in his career debut as they chase Daryl Holland and Diamond Square around the first turn. It's Diamond Square in front, 3 parts of a length. Arpanella keeps the pressure on second. 2 back to third, running Without Remorse. He's getting a good run of it behind the speed. From fourth and Hope is Rising, then back to Grand Chief and Mr. Papillon. Still at the back is Close Watch. Tyler Gaffleone has him about 6 lengths off the pace setter through the opening quarter in 24-4. Down the backstretch they go. Diamond Square on the board at 10-1, leads a 1/2 length. Arpanella's a bit closer second. Without Remorse is tucked in third. Out wide as Hope is Rising. Then it's 1.5 lengths to Grand Chief, racing a half in front of Mr. Papillon, and Close Watch is still last. 49 seconds for the opening half mile. No change in the plot as they swing to the far turn. Diamond Square in front to half a length. Arpanella now inching up a closer second. Now he's on even terms with the leader. Racing third is Without Remorse. He's working into the clear. Hope is Rising can't keep him in, so he'll be sent 4 wide around the turn run. 2.5 in front of Mr. Papillon, who finds his best stride ahead of Grand Chief, and still nothing from Close Watch. They turn for home now. Without Remorse comes off cover to take the lead. Arpanella tries to stay with him second. Diamond Square down inside third, then back to Grand Chief. Mr. Papillon and Hope is Rising. Final furlong. Arpanella fighting it out with Without Remorse. Without Remorse ahead in front. Arpanella right back at him. Without Remorse. Arpanella, these two Without Remorse in front. Second is Arpanella. Third is Diamond Square. Close after that, Grand Chief or Mr. Papillon in 136 and 4.
Number 1, Without Remorse, gets a picture-perfect trip here today by jockey Luca Panici, and the Son of Awesome, of course, kicks it into another gear inside the final 40 yards to edge clear for the score for trainer Michelle Nihei, owners Michelle Nihei Racing, Red Diamond Stable, Steven Cicerone, and Catherine Cloyd. Second, 7, Arpanella ahead of the 5, Diamond Square, who ran third. The early pick 4 worth $773.15. At early pick 5 for a 50-cent ticket, $1,844.20. We'll take a brief timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you the late pick 4s. Friday's card from South Florida rolls on right after this.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm, from the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
We're back now for race number 6 on the program and the start of the late pick 4 allowance optional claiming event at 6 furlongs. Claiming price here was $16,000. We had a field of 7 sign on. Favorites were the 1, General Obvious, and the 3, Splash Rules.
And they're off. General Obvious was off a step slow. Little Meatball fires to the front. There goes Field Trip on the outside, and down at the inside, Splash Rules is away in third. Followed fourth by Prudhoe Bay, then Sonito. Out wide on the course is More Applause, and it's 4 to the trailer, General Obvious. They race down the backstretch, and long shot Field Trip is the quickest of the quick. He leads at 1.5 lengths. Into second is Splash Rules, back to third, Little Meatball. 2.5 to Sonito, who's racing in fourth ahead in front of Prudhoe Bay. 3 wide is More Applause, and 4 to the trailer, General Obvious. The opening quarter complete in 22 and 1. Around the far turn they go. Splash Rules up to challenge Field Trip for the front at the 5/16. Little Meatball is third. More Applause is fourth. Prudhoe Bay is fifth. Dropping back is Sonito, and trying to get underway is General Obvious with less than 1/4 mile to go. Jockey Tyler Gaffleone is yet to move on Splash Rules, but he's up for the lead. Field Trip is back to second. The veteran Prudhoe Bay running home a bit. He's third. Down the outside in General Obvious, but with 1/8 mile to go, Splash Rules is kicking away. It's Splash Rules, who will give trainer John Vincent his second winner of the day. Splash Rules easily won it by 3. Prudhoe Bay second. General Obvious nails Field Trip for third. And then back to Lil Meatball to complete the high 5 in 109 and 3.
Number 3, Splash Rules, wins very easily in today's 6th race under jockey Tyler Gaffleone. For trainer John Vincent, he gets his second training victory of the day. This one for owner Doug Gibson. Second was 5, Prudhoe Bay, ahead of the 1, General Obvious, who missed the start, dropped far back and rallied again, picking up for third. To the 7th race now on the turf at 5 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. They've not won 2 or they're 3 years old. A field of 10 signed on here. The favorites included number 7, Touch of Quality, and number 1, Fiore.
They're in the gate, and they're up. Slow beginning for Elite Air. Quick start out wide for Wildcat Wave, who hits the ground running, moving between horses. That's Princess Knoll to challenge. Clouded Appeal is down toward the inside. Touch of Quality comes away fourth, while 3 wide, working ahead of Fiore. Then splitting horses while in tight is Threat on the outside, and Para Vivir 3 wide. Then back to the Elite Air ahead of La Zaraya, and Our Run to Perfection is last as they chase Wildcat Wave around the far turn. Wildcat Wave and Gilbert Chamafi lead it now by almost 2. Up into second, Touch of Quality, back to third, Successful Appeal on the outside and coming on is Paravivir. Paravivir is into third now. From the inside, Threat needs a way through. Elite Air trying to find some racetrack to work with. Lazariah 6 wide as they turn in. Wildcat Wave has the lead. Paravivir set down driving on the outside with touch of quality between horses. Threat is next from behind the speed and Clouded Appeal. Final 16th of a mile. Touch of Quality maintains the lead. Paravivir's up into second, but Touch of Quality remains razor sharp and wins by a leg. Paravivir was second, Clouded Appeal third. Threat finished fourth in 56 left.
Number 7, Touch of Quality, has been a completely different filly since switching to the turf course. She's now won 3 out of 4 on the turf and 3 in a row. She prevails under Abby Medina for owner-trainer Dan Pita. It was a good start for number 9, Paravivir, who closed ground to get second at a nice price ahead of the 5, Clouded Appeal. She ran third. Folks, it's time for another timeout. We have the Late Daily Double, which comes your way right after this.
Crossing the finish line for the last time can mean an uncertain future for many horses. Recognizing the need for a dignified retirement, the racing industry has made racehorse aftercare a top priority. In partnership with Gulfstream Park and the Florida Horsemen's Association, Florida Track provides retraining and adoption services for retired racehorses. Thanks to their efforts, the end of a racing career can signal the beginning of a new career. In show jumping, trail riding, police work, even therapy for children and veterans. However, good intentions do not come without cost. As a nonprofit organization, Florida Track relies on tax-deductible donations and volunteers to help pay for feed, training, housing, and veterinary care. To find out how you can help, contact Florida Track today. Your support will go a long way towards a new beginning.
We're back now for race number 8 on the program. It starts the Late Daily Double, an allowance optional claiming event. Landing price here is $16,000. We have a field of 8 signed on. Betting favorites were 3, Saraguaro, and 4, Majesto. And they're off. Toward the inside, Unbridled Holiday was away well. Moving up on the outside, Zipping, showing a touch of speed today. In between horses, Majesto now starts to move forward. Up on the outside in Red Crescent as they run out of the chute. It will be 20-1 long shot Zipping to lead the way from Unbridled Holiday, who's down inside second. Majesto wants to be 3 wide. He's third now. In between horses is Saraguaro. Out wide is Red Crescent, followed by Grand Nene. At the back, Moonshine Martini and Aces for John. The opening quarter quite controlled, 24-3 as Zipping has the lead. Majesto is second. He's now flanking the leader and in the 2-path. Back to third, Unbridled Holiday. Saraguaro moves into the clear. He is now fourth. Up on the outside in Red Crescent from fifth. Working ahead of Grand Nene in sixth. Back to seventh is Aces for John, and eighth and last is Moonshine Martini through a 47-2 opening half mile. They swing around the far turn. Zipping leads by a length and a half. Majesto is second, trying to quicken after him. From third and Saraguaro, he's still confidently handled, so he travels the best of the top 3 as they run to the top of the stretch. Then it's a gap of 4 lengths to Red Crescent with Grand Nene and Unbridled Holiday. Down inside, Aces for John still second last, and Moonshine Martini is last as Zipping continues up front. It's Zipping trying to spring the upset. He cuts the corner and has a 2.5 length lead on Saraguaro, who's trying to take up the slack second. Majesto's been defeated. He's back third. The battle's on for the Miners. Up front, Zipping leads a length and a half. Saraguaro is all in, and time has run out for him. The upset is on. Zipping and Medina all the way. Saraguaro second, well clear of Majesto third, then Grand Nene and Moonshine Martini, 135-3. 21-1 upsetter in today's feature race is number 7, Zipping, goes all the way. Under jockey Abby Medina for owner-trainer Roger Lauren, Zipping would not be denied even after a bid from the favorite, number 3, Saraguaro, who finished second. Number 4, Majesto, he ran third. To the 9th and final race we go now. We're on the turf. 2-year-old fillies in for a price tag of $35,000. Scratch number 1 at the gate, Honor Causeway, so consolation doubles and pick 3s. A field of 11. The favorite was the 2, Cosita Rica.
And fires away. It was an awkward getaway for Phenomenal Gem at the back. Zarabanda begins nicely. Faithful Sue is away with speed. Red one unseat the rider here. That's Cosita Rica, the favorite. Cosita Rica has unseated jockey Leonel Reyes at the start of the race. So up front, Phenomenal Sue leads the way. The loose horse is out in the center of the course at this point. Zarabanda races with She Plays with Fire second and third. Then down inside it's LA House in fourth, followed by an outside running Miss Lotus Flower. Then it's Our Gracious Girl. Leonel Reyes is up on his feet. He's quite all right walking back to the outside rail. So as they go down the backstretch, they complete a quarter in 23 and 3. The leader is Faithful Sue by a length. She Plays with Fire is second. LA House is trying to improve on the inside of Miss Lotus Flower. Then back fifth is Zarabanda. She's in retreat. Our Gracious Girl is next. Lawless Lady on the outside. Trying to work closer from the back is Oh What a Moment with Nikki's Warrior. And then at the back of the field is the slow starting Phenomenal Gem as they swing around the far turn. They move through the opening half mile in 47 and 3. Faithful Sue on the board here at 11 to 1 has the lead. Trying to take up the slack now is Our Gracious Girl. So O'Connell's 1-2 as they run to the top of the stretch. It's a gap of 4 to LA House. Then Phenomenal Gem as they turn in. Our Gracious Girl on a long sustained swoop to take the lead. Faithful Sue is back to second. These two have moved well clear of the others, led by Phenomenal Gem, who's running a good race after a bad start. But in deep stretch, give it to Our Gracious Girl and Edgar Zayas. Our Gracious Girl reports home a wrapped-up winner and 4 on top. Stablemate Faithful Sue second, Phenomenal Gem third, Nikki's Warrior fourth, then LA House fifth.
Number 2, Cosita Rica unseats the jockey at the start of the race, eliminating all the favorite players in today's final race. In the end, all you needed was Kathleen O'Connell as she ran 1-2, with number 10, Our Gracious Girl, coming away with the victory under Edgar Zayas, who gets his second winner today. Our Gracious Girl is owned by Casal Stable, the daughter of Macho Uno. Number 6, Faithful Sue completes an all O'Connell exacta while second, ahead of the 3, Phenomenal Gem. She had a bad start, and she ended up third after being last early. The late pick 5, $27,292.05. Rainbow 6, we had multiple winners. $21,858.72 for a 20-cent return. That triggers a nice carryover into Saturday's action of $171,823.08.
That wraps up today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We have 12 races at Gulfstream Park, including some stakes action in race number 11 with the Tortugas. Very competitive field in there. We'll see you at 12:45 for the first race post.
Hit the hay. Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.